Shut up, I'm trying to watch Judge Joe Brown.
Mayonnaise, Dijon. And I'm like, part of me is like, what?
I mean, you eat your pineapples today? That's my
Get out.
But I had a green smoothie.
A detox.
Simpler
Segregated
times. That's
what we
it.
need.
There was literally a hashtag that says before Michelle. I'm talking about Michelle Williams from Destiny Child. I was too busy using our house computer for porn. I didn't necessarily.
Bad AOL.
Right. I was not into watching the little pictures scroll in slowly. Like, oh, yes. And I know you are naked right now.
Hey, welcome back to part 2 of episode 9, We Go Together. This is your girl Coley, and I know you've been wondering what else the team had to say about dating and relationships in a pandemonium. So what I'm going to do right now is let y'all slide back in here and see what Coley, Esquire, Naji, and their special guest Honey talking about.
Well, how about being the person that's watching like a friend or something like that? Or like, you know, I see Naji is married, or these people that you see out here that's in these long-term relationships, or you're in their wedding. Like, do y'all have any thoughts about that? Just seeing that as a single person?
I've been a bridesmaid so many times, maid of honor so many times.
I remember what it was like when my niggas first started to get married. And how it was like, I think for me, I was afraid as to what that meant, because you always hear that, they wives, they want them to have no single friends and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Now, while that was true for some, it wasn't true for all of them, which was, cool.
Yeah.
But it was like, can I call my niggas? Like, can I call them? Like, if I want to call them just to shoot the shit real quick, like, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, is that wrong? Like, can you call married people after a certain, like, I started doing all these, like, mental gymnastics, and it really was like, nah, fuck all that. Because when I got married, I remember when we had a conversation, and you said something about, I don't want to impose on married people's time. And I was like, I said, but my nigga, like, you're my nigga, like, which is a completely different lane than my wife. You all's lanes will never intersect, because I would not allow them to intersect or need to intersect. So I can have my nigga here, and I can have my wife here, and we can all function just like we always do. So if you ever want to call me, you ain't got to worry about, what time it is or what. Just call my black ass. I'm probably not doing shit but scrolling in the first place, or taking a shit, because that's
or both
at the same time.
But here's the other thing. You also have the option to say, I'm not answering the phone because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing too, right? So when you're watching people, like, especially when your good friends get married,
Yes.
Your good friend should be able to be like, hey, I can't answer right now. Are you okay? Can this wait till morning?
I remember when you got married, and our Saturday banter never stopped.
It absolutely did not. Because I also told him from before we got married, he ain't going nowhere. But that marriage also didn't last, though.
You went there.
I think
We out here just potentially, you just over here just throwing stuff out the wall. Nah, this is not drink champs.
At the same time, no, but for real, like, because I think too, a part of things when people get married, they feel this pressure to change into something, like those relationship goals. They feel this pressure to change into something that's arbitrary. And everyone's marriage is different, and that's the funny part that a lot of people don't realize. There's literally no book on getting married. Like, I fussed out my mama because I was like, why the fuck didn't you tell me that this is what it's gonna be like? She was like, well, I didn't know what it was gonna be like for you, so I couldn't tell you. I'm like,
That's true.
That's some of the realest shit.
That's true.
That is some of the
It's 50-50, ain't it? It's 50-50. Could be good, could be bad.
That's a word,
I didn't know what it was gonna be, so I couldn't tell you what it was gonna be.
But being a friend on the outside, it can be nerve-wracking at first if you don't have that open-ended conversation with your people, which is why I'm really, really glad that you talked to me about how you felt at first, because if you didn't, like, then I would just be like, he acting weird, but you would think that you're respecting my space, but I'm just like, my niggas acting different, like, what is going on here? But for me, when my friends started getting married, it was like, I asked them, like, you still cool with this? And they're like, nigga, yeah. And I found out that their wives were like, what do you mean? Like, yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, but bet.
And to piggyback off Naji's point, he's right. I am that person that's like respecting your space. I go over and beyond to be courteous or whatever, yada yada. Like, oh, he at home with his wife. Let me, whatever. Because I try to let my friends who are married take the lead on where
What
the
it
new
looks like.
dynamic is going to look like. Because if I try to insert myself or go over and beyond, I mean, some of these folks' spouses will like fight me in the street. So it's like, you need to let me know exactly what it is.
Meanwhile,
that
I'm
can
just
be
sitting
done.
at home, boy.
But it's real though, because like when with you, it's like, so as a female, for me, it's like, okay, wait, like, and I love Mrs. Naji, I love her and she loves me the same, but it's like, okay, I'm probably not gonna hit your phone up at any time because that seems a little strange. I think at this point
But
it's
it
fine.
doesn't.
No, at this point I know that it's fine. But I think at first I was like, is that something I want to do? Like, should I just be like, you know, if I'm gonna text him something random, something funny, something whatever, is it okay? Because like you don't want to overstep any boundaries, and you're like, you know what, these are my peoples, and like I was here. Like she knows, like this is not a thing.
If you
It's
texted
fine.
me, if you texted me a nude, of course that would be different.
Nigga,
If you just texted me a fucking
problematic.
meme, if you
These just
texted me a meme,
jokes.
it's different. Like,
She's just
no,
joking.
that ain't joke. That's real shit. Like if you ain't sending me some off the wall shit that's like disrespectful, like so what? And
well, yes, now we know now.
But I think
You know?
that also stems from, especially from Black people, a lack of education on proper communication. Right. And so we in general, because think about it, like we are the generation that's finally going to therapy.
Yeah.
We are the generation that is doing the work on the trauma that our parents had, right? Because like their parents were fighting the civil rights movement and all that stuff.
So
and
this
then
is
our
so
parents
busy.
decided to do crack. And then
This is knows. I found out Mama Esquire has had a crack in her past. I don't know
Right.
what the hell is
and
happening.
then there's us, right? And so I think though oftentimes it's like you're trying to respect it, but all you had to do was have that conversation.
Let's ask, yeah.
That's literally all you had to do. All you had to do was be like, I'm about to send you this meme at 10 o'clock at night. And you could be like, hey, this is kind of late to be texting me. It's simple
or
as
just
that.
not respond.
Or that, because you can pick up on things like, but even not responding is not necessarily communicating, right? Because I could send you a message at 11:30 at night, and you could come back to me the next day and be like, hey, I didn't respond because it was too late, and that would change. You would just know, okay, I can't send things after a certain time. It
And
will be that.
if you didn't get the hint of me telling you verbatim, then I have to tell you another time. Hey, nigga, stop texting me at 2 in the morning. But because you bored.
Right, and that's just a level of communication that people need to have, not only intra-marriage and inter-marriage and all of that, but with friendships and just in general. We just have to be better and understand what communication actually is, and just come out and say, I don't really feel comfortable texting you because I don't know how your wife is going to feel about it. For you to be like, should be fine. Send it to me. I'm
Or her text you, girl, he said you sometimes, if you don't send him that text message,
because we gonna be
please send him that
laughing.
message.
We are gonna be laughing. We need something to laugh at because this baby won't go to fucking sleep. Like,
Because we are in the catastrophe right now. Niggas have got to understand how to make it through the day.
But also, I think with that point, also what I wanted to know is that does it make you feel any type of like hyperdrive? And it might be different for you now, honey, because you've already gone and done it.
Honey.
I personally
For you,
like
honey.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
honey. Yes, I is the honey.
I mean,
Christopher Robin.
Esquire and I, like a lot of our friends are married, and I don't know what your friend group outside of the two of them is like. So it's like when you're looking at that, is there a pressure to be like, okay, I need to be next? I want to be included.
Nope.
Like
She was first.
for me, I'll say there's a slight bit of it. It's like I feel it, but then I'm like, they love me. We have found ourselves inside of their marriage. Like our friendships have changed and evolved, and it's all cool. Whatever. My friends that are married.
Don't speak for me.
I'm not speaking for you.
Okay. You said we, and I'm like,
I said for me, it has been strange. Like I did feel the pressure. I was like, dang, all y'all, that's what y'all gonna do? Y'all just gonna leave me out here on the dance floor like this? Y'all just
Like
gonna,
this?
The lights is coming up, and y'all have paired off with somebody.
I need to find
Okay.
new single
Damn.
friends.
It was weird at first, but like these last couple years of my life, I've kind of like settled into it, and I'm okay with it. And I found my place within my friends' marriages. So like I can go to my friends' houses who are married, and it doesn't feel like I'm hanging out with two married people.
Y'all want a threesome?
Work that out.
Y'all need a friend? Y'all want a friend?
I mean, like, how,
saying
y'all trying to,
no. Like,
are y'all at the
what
spice
you
things
mean?
upstage yet?
Like,
Where we at?
Where
No.
are we at?
Let your
No.
wife choose, and she chooses me.
It felt weird at first, but
'Cause I
I
eat
think I'm
ass.
out of that now. I mean, I kind of want to be in the club, but I'm like, I don't know, because, it depends.
So that's a very interesting perspective because for me, I have a very different view because a lot of divorcees my age are like, oh no, I'm never getting married again. Whereas me, I'm like, well, I can't wait to find my forever husband. I'm also not necessarily searching. So I'm in this phase where, or rather, I worked through what I had to work through so that I wasn't jaded in the future because I never wanted to say men ain't shit, black men ain't shit, blah 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 blah. I never wanted to have that feeling.
I'm so tired of that fucking Instagram post.
I never wanted to. I never wanted to bleed on someone that didn't
Followed
cut
by
me.
their son-in-law.
That's good.
You know, so for me, like I need to write a book on how to get divorced and be happy at the end because I'm perfectly fine with it. And I'm perfectly fine with that, the fact that ended. And I'm perfectly fine with seeing my friends happy in their marriages. I want everyone to have a healthy marriage. That's if that's what they want, I'm all the way here for it. And I will be your biggest cheerleader in that. And so I don't personally feel any pressure to be next. I just know that when my forever husband comes, he better be ready because we fucking every night.
Well, he will be ready if he's gonna be forever husband.
He better.
He will be ready.
He better be because I ain't got the time because that's what I want. But
I think for me, whenever, because all of my homeboys are married at this point, I'm the last Mohican. I am not pressured at all. One thing I've noticed in my life is that A, I do things in my own time.
Oh God, yes.
And B, things happen when they supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So it's I can't look at somebody else and just being like, what the hell is going, like, what, am I next? What am I going to do? Am I going to do that? Because once you start rushing like that, then you just end up in some bullshit.
Yes.
Once you start
Agreed.
rushing.
yes, that's exactly what happens.
So
you end up in some bullshit.
You end up in some bullshit
Yeah,
just
so
to
we
be
don't
seen.
want
So I'm gonna put this, and now that we have multiple parties here for this, the next time I invite you to a Christmas party at someone's house,
You better come.
show up.
Oh yeah, you remember.
Better come.
No, I want to put it on the air. So I need you to hear me
Because-
again.
2021, we gonna have vaccines for said Christmas party.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So we
we
gotta
gonna
have
have your vaccine passport.
the
at
receipt-
door.
the
At
receipt
door.
showing
You
it.
need to have the second one.
Call my doctor.
You know, right? You need to have the second one. You need to have the second one 3 weeks
Mine
before
signed by
said
Dr.
party.
Fauci.
No, for real.
In blood.
At Dr. Burks.
Show up.
But
Like
yeah,
John
yeah,
McCain.
yeah.
Show
But
up.
I'm glad to know that you don't feel pressure because I think that was
Dr. Brenda.
that it's just not worth it to feel pressured
not.
by someone else's things. I think that is one of the biggest problems with everybody's looking at relationships is because then they feel like, oh, I have to do that. It's like, no, you don't necessarily have to. Like for instance, on a side note from relationships, like looking at going to college, like you got all your homeboys going to college and you talking about going to trade school. And it's like, you're like, nah, I need to go to college. Like, or you can become an HVAC specialist
And make that bread.
All the
and have
money.
no debt. And it's okay, and because
All of
it's okay.
that.
It's okay that everyone doesn't go about things the exact same way.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing is like as a friend group, you have to embrace the differences. I think that's one of the things I love about our group is that everybody is fucking different. Like if you look at the group chat recently, like ever since the PS5 came out, niggas been talking, and I'm sitting here like I don't have any input.
Well, it's on the stocks now. Now it's on stocks.
And that's my point. Like it's never just one consistent conversation.
You bought GameStop.
I did not.
That was the talk of the town.
I did not.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. But I just think that it's important to recognize what's important to you and strive for that.
That's all you can be, because like we were saying, if you get pressured and you just feel like I got to jump into some shit, you gonna end up in something being like, shit, this is not it. Then you get an annulment and all the other shit that's going on because you ready because you want to be seen or you want to keep up with the Joneses when you're really not ready to do that yet.
But the fun part is, I think that interestingly enough, that's something that our generation is pretty good at this point, is doing what we want versus necessarily the crowd, so to speak. Like I think we're getting to a point where we're just like, yeah, so what I'm doing is not making me happy, so I'm just gonna completely change course.
Speaking of which, there was a post of some older guy on Instagram talking about how this generation is all about what makes them happy, and I was like, that's why y'all all have heart disease, because like y'all are just stressed out about everything. And he was like, yeah, y'all over people could, because what he was referring to was that the older generations, their claim to fame was basically staying with someone and staying with their family.
This is the same generation that was on crack.
No. This is the generation before the crack. The ones that had multiple families, but they were like, we stayed together, and then their kids came in and did crack.
I'm glad
and then they raised their grandkids. So, and I think that is one of the hardest things is people like look at, there are certain things that are the check mark for your generation, and ours is, does it fit me? And which personally, maybe because I'm from this generation, I feel like is most important, because if it doesn't fit you and you're just trying to like push a circle into a square peg, like shit doesn't work.
The reason that generation worked the way that they worked was because their keywords was loyalty. I'm loyal to this company for 30 years, and at the end of these 30 years, they're going to give me my stock options.
Fuck this company.
But now this company is not loyal to you. They can bring you in for a year and then walk your ass clean up out the door. They just had a fucking training session on about how important you are to this business, and we are one insert whatever company's name. When it came to marriages and relationships, it may not have been sunny and rosy, but they were loyal to each other.
Because they let me have 3 other families. Of course they were loyal.
No, but I'm glad you said that, because like, so we're a generation that we do what is pleasing to us in general, for the most part. And with that, what I've seen, and I've known several women in my adult life who have dated married men and been fine with it. And they have zero problems with it. And I'm not saying this in a scandalous tone, but like they have literally, this is what they're choosing to do, and they do it because they're like, I know what to expect here. I'm getting a fun time. Maybe he buys me things. Maybe he takes me to dinner sometimes. Maybe we go out, whatever. And I know what I feel appreciated when I feel appreciated. Now I don't have to bother him all the time. He doesn't bother me, and that's the most important part. He doesn't bother me when I don't want him to bother me, because he can't, and I like that. And I'm like,
because he can't.
And all these few women that when I talked to them, I was like, in my head, I was like, this blew my mind. I was like, really, like you're okay like that? Like I'm not gonna judge you because you're my homegirl, but like,
you really good? You really?
Like, are you sure? But like the more like, and by the time I met like 3 or 4 of them, I was like, wow, okay,
this is the thing.
I guess that's what y'all are doing out here. All right,
this is the trend,
because it makes you happy, and they're cool with it. And there was one of them where the wife knew, and that was like that's what it was, and I was like, wow, okay, all right.
So
dating.
So
21st century.
How this always comes up is that we look at the other woman as responsible for what that married man is supposed to be doing. Because it's always like, how do you feel about dating a married man? Why the fuck is nobody asking this married man why he's dating somebody and he has a wife?
They might be asking him, but he may not be the focal point of the conversation just yet.
But my problem is the fact that he's not the focal point of the conversation.
Because but that might not be the angle that they're coming from. If you're talking to your homegirl, you can't ask him.
Me as a single person wrote this question, but it can go either way. So a married person, we're talking about relationships, a married person dating, and a single person dating a married person.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, the problem is that it's always, most of the time, the conversation stems from the woman who is dating the man who is married, and not the married man who is stepping out on his wife, right? And so I say that because I'm like, is anyone asking him, or is he asking himself, why am I still in this if what I'm looking for is not in this.
I think that I agree with what you're saying, but I think that is a separate issue than what we're talking about. I think what we're talking about is coming from the lens of, yes, we understand that both things are true, but what the side that we're asking from is the woman who's willing to date the married man. Yes,
or
we
the
know
man dating the married woman, the single person dating the person who is unavailable to them long term.
Yes.
And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that she wouldn't be dating him if he wasn't dating her. That's why I'm saying that.
Is he dating her?
He is, because if you're saying if we're out here saying either he's dicking her down, he's taking her out, he's buying her things or whatever, she wouldn't be in this if he wasn't in this in some form or fashion.
Fair.
And that's where I'm saying, because normally when we ask this question, it has a negative vibe to it, like, you really dating a married man? Versus, why is this married man doing this? And that's where I take it from, because
I would ask both questions.
But,
Right.
you can only ask one question to one person.
So one person is single.
There's only one way for you to ask the woman dating a married man if she's dating a married man. You can't then say, "Oh, you dating a married man? Oh, you dealing with somebody who's willing to date somebody and he's married," like that. Like it's completely different. Like you can't put the onus of the conversation on the person who's not there. When you're talking to the married man, it's like you're dating someone and you're married
because he's willing to do it.
No. But my point
It's different questions.
But it's all depending on who you're talking to.
It's different questions.
And that's where for the women who are out here dating married men, your response should be because he's willing to do it.
I like that.
Well, what about the married man who's out here dating somebody else? What should be his response?
That's not my problem, because what I'm saying is that's what they should be asking. They should be asking the married man why he's doing it. They should not be like,
I think
because he is the one, really honestly, he's the one who has the responsibility of saying yeah or nay.
Can I jump in for a quick second? Sorry, mommy, dad, stop fighting. I think for the purposes of our conversation, we're talking about being single and dating and wherever that leads to. I think, yeah, you can ask the married man, why is he in choosing to step out on his wife and date this other woman? But I think if we're talking about a single person, what are you getting out of dating this married man? Because you're not fully in a relationship with him.
She might not want one.
She may not want one, exactly, but you're not in a relationship with him.
Most times they do.
That's true.
You're not in a relationship.
That's
single
true.
person dating a married person, because it happens both ways.
Well, hold on.
There are single men who date married women, yeah.
You're getting maybe some materialistic stuff. You're getting dick or whatever, but at this point, there's a whole lot of penis out here that's not connected to
There's
another
a plethora
vagina.
of penis.
A plethora in this plethora.
This plethora
that we're in. Like
There's plenty of penis in the plethora.
You're choosing to enter into something where there's probably no end in sight. There's no end game for you. Now we can ask the other guy, why are you stepping on your wife? What's going on at home? Why are you doing this? But those are separate questions. We're
From
talking
a dating conversation.
We're talking about a dating conversation.
So then I feel like then that goes back to the whole potential conversation.
Yes,
because there's a lot of women out here, like you said, Naji, who are looking for a relationship with that married man because they feel like, oh, well, he's gonna leave his wife. No, bitch. No, he's not.
Right.
You're looking at potential and not at who he actually is right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. But there are other single women out here who are just like, he's convenient because he don't have to be up in my face all the time.
Which is very different than someone who's saying he's going to choose me. It's very, very different conversations, which is why I think that it is important for this conversation. Because if we want to talk about the other side is cheating, not dating. This side is dating. The other side is cheating. So if we want to talk about what it is, and if that's what they're doing, then that's what they're doing. And we're going to ask them the questions that need to be asked to them. And then whenever we decide to change the subject, we'll ask the other motherfuckers the question and see what they got to say. But I find that I don't know that I've ever met someone who has like verbally said, no, I date married men, except for like Real Housewives of Charlotte.
I date married men. That's what I go for.
I prefer them occupied, so I don't have to deal with them. Like I've never met someone who like runs after that, because most people, if they've dealt with someone who's married, they ultimately want something different, and they're just like, I just need to feel good right now. Can't make it feel good, like what was it?
Make me feel good.
What was my man's name? Billy Bob Thornton, when he ate out Halle Berry in the refrigerator. Like,
Feel good.
like that's what I imagine it's
Right.
like.
A temporary moment or flashes of whatever.
Out here in this pimento, like it's important that everyone feels good for a little bit.
Pastrami and pimento. I think those are my favorite. Pastrami and pimento.
Pimento.
Yeah. Those are my favorite.
Don't choke, girl. Please don't choke.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, that's
I've never heard anybody say that either. That they like, I mean, what I got? If he married, that's what I want. Like,
There's some of them. There's women out there that do.
There are 3 people in my life that I've known. I've been like, okay, then, all right.
And I think it's a convenience factor because not everybody. Because I think we asked this question earlier: is marriage the goal? And for not everyone,
not,
it
yes.
is. And for the people who it's not, for some of them, dating a married person is a good setup. Because think about it, you're getting what you want.
marriage is not the goal, and clearly even a true relationship is not the goal either. So,
either.
You want companionship when you want it. You want some sex when you want it, and maybe you go places sometimes. Sure, like it.
So would that fall into
Maybe
the
I should-
idea of
no,
people
never.
only dating a specific type of person?
Race, physical appearance,
almost work
marital
as
status.
Married.
That could work.
Yeah.
That could fall in that category. Yes.
Married or
Good
unmarried.
Good segue.
Because some people,
Social
no, that
economic
could
status.
actually work. Yes.
Thank you.
Because like maybe you don't want to be settled. You just want what you want while you're doing whatever you're doing. Because these women that I'm speaking of, they are all at the time they were all on a certain track. They're doing their own thing, living their own lives, being out here being great. And what if you were just to pass them one day, they'd look like, oh, she's out here doing her shit. She's got it. That's what's up. What's the other part of her life like? You don't really know unless you know her, and it's like, oh, well, she's getting what she needs from how she needs it, and she's going on about her business,
Right.
and that's how she prefers it.
She's getting that married penis, and she's
Exactly.
going on about
She's
her
not
business.
bothered by it.
Because
I'm
I think
all right.
nowadays when we're dealing with this peaches and cream, it is very important that people do what it is that they want to do, and sometimes it falls into the idea of like, I don't date light skin. I remember hearing somebody say something like she don't date light skin niggas, and I was just like,
I think that was me.
it wasn't you.
Okay,
But
Honey doesn't date light skin
Honey doesn't date
niggas.
light-skinned
If you see her on Hinge,
Honey has a very
with no
specific.
you wouldn't know that though because there's no words.
There's no words. There's no words.
She has a Pacific.
All her pictures are dark, and she wants you to understand you need to be chocolate.
Right.
But I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with having a type, personally. So if you if you hear Esquire ever describe my ideal woman, it's going to be brown skin, natural hair. No matter if she's the size of the universe or if she is the size of an atom. Like, he don't care. If she is brown skin with natural hair, he would be like, bro, I know you want on. I'd be like, fam, she looks like the under part of my foot. And when I have in lotion, like I don't
But
like
she's
it.
using shea moisture on her hair. Her curls are real tight.
No, don't fuck
No?
me with the curls. The
Curls again.
curl pattern is where it's at.
Not the curl pattern.
If you put your hair in 2 French braids and I can see the curls on the side, I'm a holler.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that as far as like it's okay for you to have a type. I just think that you don't need to denigrate and downgrade
Other people.
other
Yes.
people. Even
I hear the word. I hear denigrate.
But I say whopper.
Denigrate.
I say whopper as
You
a
did say
joke.
you did say Whopper.
and I say it as just a term of endearment.
However, you will also will be in that Whopper's ear whenever the world opens back up.
Exactly. Just might
Talking
just
disgusting.
Just might. If she in there real pretty in the face, she's
Telling her dance, don't hold
300
the
pounds.
walls.
I might be there with her.
You got any sandwiches?
How strong are your knees? Can you hold your weight up?
Right.
Or do you just leave it all?
You go
She
away from
feels
your
You might see me in
sandwich.
the club and I'm on her shoulders. She walking around.
like you on fucking stilts?
No, but do you have a particular race or physical? Or
I think that I used to have a type. I definitely did. I was actually prone
What was the type?
in my younger days. 6 feet plus, light skin.
green eyes.
No,
Michael Ealy.
well, with them being light skinned, that was possible because I definitely liked light skinned dudes, but athletes. I had a thing for athletes, and that's like anyone in my probably pre-25 was definitely light-skinned, tall athlete. And then after that, it was like, oh God, there's so much more chocolate out here. My God, and now I'm almost biased. Like, but either way, like as I've gotten older, now I'm more.
Let's go around the table.
The broad.
We got yours. What's yours?
As far as like type,
Your type.
I don't subscribe to colorism, so that's the number one thing. I wasn't always into just light skin, brown skin, whatever. I like all black people.
With that long hair, the long weave.
I'm getting into liking.
That's part of it.
I'm getting into
That's
liking
part of it.
more natural hair, but everybody can't be natural.
Everybody
can't do natural.
That's a lie.
Some
That's
people,
a lie.
What my baby hairs look like.
Some people don't know
Everybody
how.
can go natural, but you shouldn't stay natural.
No, some people need to be trained on how to rock their natural hair.
That's why I'm saying he don't want to meet you when you're in training.
I about to say,
when you in transition.
I about to say, if you
Shout out, Boots.
you at the house and all you got is mayonnaise, avocado, toothpaste, and everything on the counter, and your hair still look crazy. Get that wig out the bag and do what you gotta do. But no,
Just throw it on there, boo.
I do like longer hair, but I am starting to get into fucking the natural hair as long as it looks
Teeny
good.
afros and get you going.
Long as it looks good. Not teeny afros. All shades, social economic status. I'm looking at your list that you got right here.
It's not like a sociology
I
class.
didn't get to answer all those. That's fine.
I don't
you
know if
you want a broke nigga?
No.
I don't know if I'm
There it
necessarily trying to, support somebody. I'm raised around strong women that are out here that are go getters.
What if she
that
like
make
love
their own
you
money.
and she cook all your favorite meals? I'm talking like hamburger helper.
What's up?
That's
And a hookah.
That's like the,
90s
why
music.
gotta be hamburger helper that she and that bitch
All she
cooking.
plays 90s music to hamburger helper.
First off,
She had an air fryer.
hamburger helper. Baby, I made your favorite. This cheeseburger hamburger helper.
She coming over with
Extra beef.
a good burger, a good steak. That's all she needs. Just ketchup
No.
and mustard and cheese.
No Italian food.
No Italian.
All American.
She would never make Italian.
never.
She would
She
not
would
never.
never.
She
I don't even
wouldn't
order
drink.
pizza.
No.
She wouldn't dare.
No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the house. You got to leave the house too. Like, now, unless we had like some kids or whatever, and we had the lifestyle where you could stay home or whatever, that's fine. But at this point, we ain't got no
So
kids.
you wanna be a provider?
We both walking out. Get your purse. We leaving.
Meanwhile, she goes to the unemployment office and you go into the actual office. But we both in the office.
She going out to the car to drive around the neighborhood real quick and come back to the house.
Just to waste some gas.
How
Is
was
he
work?
going? Is he going? All right, cool.
Just sit up at Starbucks and chill out for a little while. I don't know. I'm pretty broad with mines. Like I said, I'm all about energy, and I'm not.
If you had to be superficial, what's your superficial go-to?
Not being a whopper. Being very pretty.
Okay.
Very pretty, and that's always in the eyes of the beholder.
Tis.
If I could, maybe the longer hair, but you could do your braids or whatever and all that kind of stuff. that
Longer
you like.
braids?
Longer braids.
What is very pretty?
Let's say it's in the eye of the beholder. Like, so whatever at that point where I see it is pretty.
What is very pretty to
Symmetrical
you?
Something that I like to look at. Something that I like
She
to
wants
look
to know
at.
what you like to look at. You like them almond eyes?
Something that I like to look at. I don't know. Everybody's facial features are different. You just never know what you'll be involved in.
Because
What you like.
someone's facial features may be different than someone else's, but the combination of what they have looks good.
It looks good, right? So I'm not gonna be sitting up here trying to be like, oh, she gotta look like Gabrielle Union, or she gotta look like this. First off, those type of women are probably not gonna be coming for me. So
Yeah.
I want a pretty woman that I consider to be pretty.
Dwayne Wade
Who
is
also
average
likes
looking.
you.
He just happens to be really cool.
He also has a lot of money, and
There's that.
he's an
He does have a
entertainer
lot
as
of money.
well.
He's
and-
talented. He has a few investments.
I imagine if I had a couple more zeros in my bank account, I'd attract all type of Gabrielle Unions.
Probably.
Just your whole Hinge profile would just be screenshots of your bank account.
Right, that's it. I don't even know what he looked like, but
And your
I'm
big
going on a date now.
Because your Bitmoji is on there.
Right.
So you look a
This
little
is
bit
true.
like your Bitmoji, and then your bank account.
You said
and
my
then
bitch
you're good.
emoji. That's it. You look just like your bitch emoji, nigga. Your bitch emoji.
All right, honey, what's your go-to?
So unlike Esquire, I actually have specifics. But once again, that's because of my life circumstances.
Yes.
So I like them chocolate.
Yes.
I like former football players.
Hold on. And body. I would like
Body,
I would
yada,
like-
yada,
I like
yada,
body.
yada, yada.
I like a fat ass. Go ahead.
Why don't you
if we were talking about ideal, anyway, go ahead.
All right.
So basically, Esquire just described me. But besides the point.
All right, honey.
Well, there went that.
I'm just saying. And so moving on. I like.
Ooh, love. Ooh, honey.
Fuck up Mariah Carey.
For the part where honey is out here wearing these green pants a little bit. Them things is all
got little boots on.
That thing stretching a little bit. That lappy taffy stretching a little bit.
Girl, shake that lappy taffy.
I want that da-da-da.
Oh,
Cause you so thick.
Let me tell you, when the outside opens up and they play that at that day party,
oh, you gotta give work to every nigga you see in there.
everyone. I told y'all I'm shooting shots.
Oh no, you know
all
what?
day party.
No, when the outsider went up, I got my college needs back.
Let me tell you something. I've been getting
My
my
college
acupuncture,
needs.
y'all.
Well, go on. What's your type? What's your type? What are you looking for?
So I already said chocolate. I already said former football players. I like at this age, I like a good dad bod.
Yes,
I love a
good
good.
arm. Like if your arms look good,
Like you can fix a cat.
they made fun of me.
Yes.
I told them recently that my kid was like watching niggas do shit, like important shit.
A good dad bod. You look at him and you like you used to have a six pack.
That you used to.
You saw a lot of Michelob Light.
Not his potential. You saw his past. Wow.
Yes.
His past.
You used to have one. You used to have
And
a
you still
good
got them
six
arms
pack.
'cause you be
right, because your arms are still there. That's how I know you used
One
to have
trip.
a good six
One
pack.
trip from the car.
Right.
One trip in them
One trip.
groceries.
Like you are gonna put together this IKEA furniture for me today.
What directions?
Yes,
We
and
just
I'm
put it
about
together.
to put it on just for that.
This, we had to ask Coley this one of the other episodes.
God.
So you like a dad bod? Is it okay if he's not a dad?
Yes.
He has a dad bod.
It's fine because at this age, you're gonna have a dad bod.
He
Whether
is
you
a
have a dad,
dad bod.
whether you have a
Not a
kid or
dad.
not, that's fine. I enjoy
Is that
a
what
good
he's
dad
my
bod.
daddy?
He's your zaddy.
Like
He's your
daddy?
zaddy. Yeah, he's your zaddy.
He goes my zaddy. Is that what that is?
Yes. And so, just like a nice little belly, just a little belly there
Something to
and
squeeze
whatnot. But obviously, I like a nice good thigh. In a man, yes.
Chicken?
No.
The dog meat?
Yeah,
You like good thighs on? You like thighs on?
Yes, technically, I do like a dark meat.
Does he have to have
Yes.
hips too? Like, what are you talking about? A good thigh?
No, he scare me.
Like, what are you talking about
Men
right
with
now?
hips
Like
are
the episode of Girlfriends when it do that.
I have seen some hips on a
Hips
man.
are frightening. I'm like,
It is.
Like what? Like your old,
is he wearing shapewear?
like your old
That's his
third
wife?
grade teacher
Right.
type hips walking in.
And I'm like,
That's the
no,
fuck
that's
you
not
want.
gonna do. But I like a man who looks like he likes vegetables.
How do you look like you like vegetables?
Trust me, as you swipe
You're
through
not
these
Jamaican.
apps,
You're just not Jamaican. That's how it works.
Okay.
as a Jamaican, I know. Like, okay, he likes vegetables. Okay,
Oh my God.
he drinks
She
water.
said you wear shapewear.
Wow.
That's
Who
funny.
is this young man that you are describing?
I like a very
God.
specific
Oh,
type of
shit.
young man.
Cole, you wild for that.
Yeah.
Do you
He
wear
likes
shapewear?
vegetables. He likes water. He stays hydrated. Like his version of staying hydrated is actually drinking water. And not
And
Gatorade.
this is the specific type of person. So,
Because I am
That's
at a point now.
person in the pastrami.
right.
But I am also at a point where I don't have the energy for concessions. So there's some people who, because they're so lonely, they're just like, it's fine. It's totally fine. And I am not there. Unfortunately, if you don't look like you like vegetables, like I need to make you a nice big old bowl of broccoli, and you'd be like, yeah, babe, this is the best bowl of broccoli I've ever had. I need you to drink a gallon of water because
This is a test.
Of course, a gallon of water works. But I like a nice former football player who used to have a six pack. He doesn't have to have it now. He does not have to have. But
He just in there changing filters and shit at the house.
He get up going to work every day just like me.
But he can't work at a warehouse because there's a lot of them on these dating apps. They seem to all work at Amazon warehouses, and I'm like, no.
All right.
Well, what about their social economic status, as we were talking
He
about?
can't work at a warehouse.
No. I mean that's a very specific one. So,
Ladies, leave your
but
man
can he work at the plant?
The club is full
I
of
think it
ballers.
goes
Not the
back-
warehouse, but the plant.
It goes back to what Honey was saying earlier
God.
about he needs to not need me. He needs to want me. So in the same way that I don't need him, I am doing fine right here on my own. I have everything that I need.
On my own.
So we need to be able to add to each other's lives in whatever way that is.
So you find if he's a third grade teacher and he's pulling in like 20-some, 30-some thousand, and he doesn't need you because he still stays in that 600 Section 8.
No, because that's not.
With his mom.
That's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm at.
That's not where I'm at. But that's also a pretty like desperate version. Like I know plenty of teachers who aren't living that way. So if he is a teacher who is responsible with the finances that he is given, then yeah,
Is he
we're
on
good.
the principal track?
I don't know if he's on principal
Is he
track.
trying to be a principal?
That might be a desperate
Is he a
thing.
professor?
Right.
He got a doctorate.
He's a straight up
He is a
third grade teacher.
teacher.
He's a third grade teacher. And,
Third grade.
and yes, he's paying all his bills, but he can't take you on trips.
See, that's
Or
not.
he's paying all his bills, but those gifts are like very homemade, like little
all
toys.
the-
Sweet.
They're
all
very
the
thoughtful.
third grade
Thoughtful. They're
teachers.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
Here in the periwinkle, I like to use my passport.
the periwinkle.
I don't have
Okay.
time.
No.
So he needs a little bit of extra spending money. Is that what you're
does.
saying? He needs a
He
little
does.
spending money.
So okay.
But that's also a values thing because anyone can let the budget people tell you anybody can live that life. So that comes down to values. One of your values and needs to be wanting to explore and travel because that's something that I love.
So okay. I've got to ask y'all this now. I got y'all
shit.
here. So I keep seeing this meme where this dude is like, "What you need?" and the girl is like, "I don't need nothing. Make my rent paid." He's like, "How much your rent?" She like, $800. He's like, "Hit 15. Now let me take you out. Hit 1,500. Now let me take you out." And she's like, "Okay." Mike, do y'all want some nigga who's just throwing money at you? Is that what you want?
The way Nicole over there doing her hair, she do.
Here's the thing, because I think you can tell if somebody
like
is
the first
throwing
is on
money
Monday.
at you for the sake of getting in your pants versus saying, "I just want to do something nice for you." I think you can tell the difference, and I think for me that's the thing, because if you're throwing money at me at Honey for the expectation that you are going to do every nasty thing that I have on my list, you, sir, are sorely mistaken.
But what if he's an ex-football player who got
Dad
dad
bod.
bod, likes vegetables,
Drinks
drinks gallons of water a day,
and like owns a
minimum?
business or something like that.
He don't work at the
He
warehouse.
can probably get this whole pussy that night. Probably.
Day one? Because you said you don't do nothing on day
Well,
one.
you did say
You did say you don't do
not
nothing on day
5
one.
messages.
Not 5 messages in.
Well, no. Here's my thing, because I don't feel like you gonna ask me what my rent is after 5 messages.
You
He
can
might.
you can send one long ass message
He might.
with a lot of fucking
You know
criteria
what?
and shit.
I might go ahead and
He
break my
might.
rule that day.
He might say he looking to take care of somebody.
I
Okay.
might, because if he has a good dad bod and he's chocolate,
You
former
can put,
football
you can put
player.
both your masks on and ride over there and see what he talk about. You can't come here though. You can't come here. But my rent is $1,500, sir.
it's a good.
So I asked that question because I see more and more women posting things about how a man is supposed to for a man to treat a woman right, he's supposed to like pay for everything while she stacks her paper, and I think that's bullshit.
That's
I think
bullshit.
that's complete and utter fuckery.
I think because of the fact that the person, my forever husband, I'm looking for a partner in life. I'm not looking for a father because I have one of those already. I'm not looking for a man to take care
You
of
still
me.
have one.
Huh?
You still have one.
What you mean?
You said had a father. You
I said
still
have.
have. Oh, I thought you said had. I was like,
Oh no, he's still very much so alive.
I was about to say,
sitting over there.
sorry for your loss.
With the, no, he's still very much so alive.
he down the
He is right there. He just picked up my dog the other day. But yeah, no, I have a father. I don't need a father. I need a partner. And so my thing is, are we working together to build something? So if it's a matter of, I'm going to pay your rent this month so that you can invest A, B, and C into your business, or you can invest A, B, and C into whatever degree you're looking at. Sure, I'm fine with that because of the fact that I am, like I said, I am looking for a partner. You are not looking for a dependent, sir. You are not looking for a daughter. I am not looking for a father. It's just that simple.
So, but do y'all think that it's too late? Like,
For
as
what?
single people, do you think it's too late to be able to find all the things that you're looking for?
No.
No. No.
I honestly have faith. Even the fact that I have concessions that I'm not making, I honestly have faith that I am going to find that man out there who I want, who not necessarily checks off all my boxes, but who is the man for me in everything that I need. In that partner, in that fact that he doesn't need me. He wants me, and he wants to build a life with me, and he wants to be that partner to me. I honestly have faith in that. I'm not desperate enough to sit here and settle for some bullshit.
So do y'all think that good men still exist?
Absolutely.
So when people are out here on the whole, ain't no good man left, niggas ain't shit. Like, are y'all riding that way?
It depends on the conversation.
Look at Coley. All the good men are dead. COVID got him.
One of my favorite memes is that, well, damn, Jesus, if all the husbands like were gone, just say that. Like, if there's none left, just say that. Like, I think to me that meme is hilarious, but at the same time, I also feel like for me, I'm going to be fine with whatever decisions or whatever concessions non-concessions I'm making. I am going to be fine. And my forever husband, in the light that I have found that I need, is going to come.
I have a question. I know we were talking about not settling and keeping your baseline or whatever. What if your baseline always leads back to you attract a person that's not good for you? So your baseline is always 6 feet,
That's
light
some you
skin,
work that has to
green,
be done.
green
That's
eye.
literally what I was about to say.
But that might be you work, but it's
No, it's you work that needs to be done.
Well, it might be you work, but I'm just saying though, if you are looking for, he's got to be the best looking person in the whole type of world. He's got to have this kind of money. But every time you end up with those guys, they treat you like shit, or they don't give you actually what you're looking for. Is it time to change what you might be looking for?
That means that I haven't done some work that I was supposed to do.
I think that's what when she earlier when Honey was talking about what is it that you have neglected to see in your own self whenever you make whatever decisions you make. I think that's kind of where that falls into, because you're out here looking for X, Y, and Z that's not serving you, but you still want to stick to it. Damn, that was loud as God damn.
The thing was like, I was like, where's that coming from?
But
Under the table.
But the question is, if you're doing you work and you saying, you know
Where
what,
did you
I
have
got to
that
do
this
it.
whole time?
That was in her back pocket. It was in her fucking back pocket of her leggings. Like, just pour the shit now. Just, are you done?
Like, I mean,
God damn.
Is that the aha thing?
This is another one. Go ahead. That's
Please, I appreciate it.
Second one, try. It's good.
Niggas could have just poured it in this cup.
I
He
got a
decided-
shot glass.
I think I smells so far though.
You can have
I just wanted a little taste of it. I didn't want it. I got it.
Have it.
God gonna bless you real good.
I got another can.
Your Boaz is right on out there. You know that, right?
Your Boaz, Ruth. Your Boaz is
And is.
okay. So I just think that has always been a very interesting conversation in terms of like, there's no good men left out there, or all the good men are gone. Oh, give me your things.
Well, yeah, no, I have things. So sometimes it does seem like Honey was saying, there's a meme I saw. These can't be the same men that Dolly Parton was begging Jolene not to take. Like, this can't be the same ones.
It wasn't.
But like,
They weren't.
Not Dolly Parton.
please don't take my man. But sometimes I do feel, because I have been out here for a long time. Like, I've had a couple relationships here and there, whatever. So sometimes it really does to me feel like, golly, like, this is insane. Like, this is nuts. These niggas are crazy. But the kind of person that I am, also, I feel like, you know what, he's out there somewhere. Whoever he is for me, he's somewhere out there wandering around. And I guess at some point I'm gonna bump into him when I decide to do right too, because it can't just be him. It's me too sometimes. Because sometimes apparently to meet people you have to go outside, and you have to.
That's the part. It's the going outside.
You have to
part.
talk to people and deal with people in order to make things happen.
Those memes with these women who are doing this whole like, so you mean to tell me, God, that in order for me to find my forever husband, I gotta actually give him a chance?
Yes.
But that goes back to my original question. Like, if you're doing or looking in the same area or the same thing,
Yes.
then
That's
do
a
you
you-
not
the
have to
same
change
way.
it?
But that's right.
That is a me thing that I have to decide, and that's something that I decided in the last probably 5 or 6 months. I was like, okay, you know what? I am doing something maybe not incorrect, but I need to go about this a different way. If I truly do want result A, then I need to do this.
Yeah.
So that's what I've decided to do. Okay, I'm gonna give the apps a chance. If I'm out in public, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not being standoffish, because sometimes I do that. When I go out in public, I'm zeroed in on whatever I'm doing, and I pay zero attention to whatever is around me.
Girl, I have resting bitch face, and this mask don't help.
Right. So it's like I'm doing my part for myself, not for anyone else, but for me, to make sure that I'm making myself as open as possible. But that's a new thing, though. I wasn't always doing that because my attitude had become, golly, this is dumb. This search is pointless. But now I've said, okay, no, I can help this. Here's what I'm going to do for it if this is what I want. But I'm not pressed about it, but I'm also making my steps to come out of whatever comfort zone I've been in that wasn't working for me, to see what I can get out of that, you know. But I mean, sometimes these niggas ain't shit, though. I want to put that out there. Some of these niggas ain't shit.
Some of them aren't shit at all.
Some of them are not shit.
And that's your mama's problem.
Out here in the proposition, some of them are.
Wow.
So is that the new book? Niggas who ain't shit and the black women who love them.
And the black women who expose them.
Right. The black women who birthed them. Yeah.
Wow.
Do we want to accept a FaceTime call from Nancy right now? She's FaceTiming us.
Hi, Nancy.
What is?
Hey, girl.
Tell Nancy niggas ain't shit.
She was FaceTiming
Well,
us.
She would be the cream proponent.
niggas ain't shit.
Not at all. No, that's that. No, we're not too late. Like you say, we're not. There is time. It just depends on what you're wanting to do and what you're willing to do for yourself, to put yourself out there if that's what you want. I think
now that we're out here in this Pomeranian, it's really important for y'all.
That was another good one.
Thank you.
That was another
It's
very good
important for people to stretch themselves, because your breakthroughs are just on the other side of your comfort zone, is what people say out here in these streets. So I think that if you find as though you are hitting your head up against a wall and nothing is changing, you might want to change your approach. And I think that goes for you if you're married, if you're divorced, if you're in a relationship, whatever stage you are in life. If it's not working for you and it doesn't serve you, and you feel like you are just spinning, you might need to go about it differently.
But that's the part of if you're just spinning. Like if you're hitting your head up against the wall. See, I'm at a place where, do I want a relationship? Absolutely. But I'm not hitting my head up against the wall.
you're on the merry-go-round, but you like it.
Yeah, like it is fine. Like I'm gonna try things at this point. Like why not?
And if I find somebody worth getting off merry-go-round with, maybe I shall.
Exactly. Did y'all see how 2020 went? I'm trying shit this year because like the world's about to end. Right. The aliens are about to come. The zombies are about to be here.
Y'all niggas about to marry these aliens. They about to be dicking y'all niggas down for days.
I have a date with a murder hornet tomorrow. So what y'all talking about?
Not a murder hornet.
If I see you out here on some bzz, bzz, my niggas, bzz, bzz.
I'm having his baby.
Okay.
His larva.
The stinger's coming out.
But you're absolutely right. Like at this point, if things are not working for you and you are so deeply unhappy with the fact that of how things are not working for you, especially because we're in a generation that really values happiness and wellness and what we want to do and what is going to make us feel fulfilled, absolutely stretch. But me here, dear men out there who are chocolate with dad bods. You used to have a 6-pack, but you don't have it no more, and that's
you love your broccoli, your cabbage.
You like all your green vegetables. My name is Honey, and I'm here. Oh wait, I have to put the height requirement. You have got to be over 5'10", 5'10" and above.
So okay. This is a
5'10" and above.
We're on a whole nother conversation here, but help me understand why it's okay for women to have these strict requirements. This ain't even on a fucking list. Why is it okay for women to have these strict requirements for men, but as soon as a man says, I don't date black women, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Like, it's a problem.
That's different.
That's different.
That's different.
How?
That's different.
How is it different?
Height and race?
Two different things.
You can't control your height
because your mama is black. So
that doesn't. And you're not dating your mama. You're not supposed to date your mama.
Here's the thing.
That is true though.
Because as soon as you start because most of the times people's, especially black men's reasoning for not dating.
You're doing too far. You're going too far.
But that's
we're not talking about reasoning.
But we are talking about
dating
reasoning.
somebody who's not 5'10". What's your reasoning for that?
Because I like to wear heels, and I like to be able to lean my head on his shoulder when I wear said heels. And if he is under 5'10", I can't do that because then I have to bend down to do that, and I look like a pretzel.
Not if you sitting down. See, we can fix that. I'm about to say we can fix that. We fix that. Now that y'all sitting down,
I don't want to sit down all the time.
I think that
we all the same height.
To me, that is what is so like
different.
contradictory about all of this. Because as soon as now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to like demoralize black women or to like talk down about black women, because I mean my wife is a black woman, so I'm not out here like I don't date black women, like I don't date nobody, but
I'm open.
You better not.
Exactly. Razor blades.
You better not.
But the fact of the matter is, I genuinely don't understand how women can have criterias of men that they can't control. But if a man has a criteria of a woman that she can't control, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're just trying to like limit us. It's colorism.
But what you said was something completely different.
How?
Because you just said that she can control. She can't control her race.
I said they can't. It's equal on both sides. You want something from a man he can't control, and I want something from a woman that she can't control. But you're telling me that the way what I want is not fair.
But the things that you just said are two different things, because you as a black man just asked me what I wanted, and what I described was what I wanted. Who is a black man?
But it doesn't matter.
But no, it does matter, because, and the reason why I said because usually
in the mic.
Sorry.
You know she was getting into it. She had to stand up. She about to stand up. Hold up.
I haven't figured out exactly which part of this mic, but anywho.
In the mic.
Not that one.
You keep saying it. The reasoning doesn't matter, but it does, because most black men who say that they don't want to date black women is for some bullshit ass reason.
You don't think that being able to put your head on some nigga's shoulder when you're wearing heels is a bullshit reason to the man that can't grow?
That's not my fault.
No, but also it's not the man's fault.
I get that.
But that's all I'm saying. Here's
the thing. Because you might, even though this is my criteria, so to speak, right? If I were to meet you out on the street, you might win me over with your personality. That's what my ex-husband did. I married my concession. So let's be very, very freaking real.
But that's not to say that some person can't have a concession with a black woman versus a not.
But here's the thing: as soon as you start saying, "Well, I don't date black women," it's some bullshit ass reason as to why you don't date black women.
That's what I'm talking about.
Woman. But that's what I'm talking about, because
that's the only one that matters.
And that's literally the only one that matters. Because
the black woman is the most disrespected.
The reason why
so that's what we gonna do.
Because the reason why a lot of black men say that they date white women is because of some bullshit ass reason.
I never once specified.
Or they don't date black women. And at this point, I have not said that I don't date black men.
But you said you don't date men who aren't of a certain stature. That was what you said.
You had an underhanded way of saying I don't date short people. That's pretty much
because I don't want to. But you might win me over with your personality.
But the black man could have the exact same experience, but because you are a black woman and you have now been excluded.
But what you said was specifically is.
And what you said was specific as well.
Specifically is you know what? I'm gonna exit out of this conversation because I'm actually about to get real mad. So
the counter to that is I date outside my race. But even if a black man says that, I think that's still triggering, because I think when you say I don't date black women, there's a moral argument that they have in their mind when saying
more.
that.
I'm not knocking it.
It's two very different things.
But I'm not knocking the fact that there's more. Mm-hmm. But what I am, and again, I don't fall into the category of someone who doesn't date. I'm doing this all to be the devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
But the devil doesn't need an advocate, but keep on.
He got one today, and so, but
he doesn't have one. He needs to come to the other side. That argument needs to stop.
It needs to.
But I just think that it's very, very unfair that if
it's not unfair, because like you literally just said, it's a moral argument, and it's a fucking trigger because of the history of black relationships in America and how it is, because it's completely different. I'm literally talking about aesthetics, and you're talking about race, which is a construct that does actually affect us in the United States. We're looking at it right now, and literally have the president that we just got rid of. So for you to sit here and say, well, because of the fact that somebody is short versus black, that's two fucking different things. And so the devil doesn't need an advocate in this argument.
Not at all. I agree.
He doesn't need an advocate in this argument.
That's the wrong one. It's the wrong argument. It's always the wrong one. Here and always.
I wouldn't have gotten that argument either. So,
Well, we're here now.
we got. Well, I will say on Hinge, switching it off of black men saying that they don't date black women. I should say there is a black woman that's on there, and she says, "I date outside my race" on one of her pictures, and like in one of the other little pictures, she says, "I am open to entertaining conversation that's interesting, but I just want to let you know up front." Would that be more acceptable if a black man said that instead of I just don't date black women?
Because saying I date outside my race versus I don't date black women is two different statements. Mm-hmm. And that's where I had a problem with what Naji said. Yeah. Because that's two very different statements. I date everyone versus I don't date black women. Two very different statements. I'm very fine with anybody saying I date who I'm interested in at the moment. But for you to specifically say I don't date black women, that's where it's a problem.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
But you know what's not a problem? Appreciating black women, which is exactly what we're about to do in this food moment. This has been the shit right here. We're gonna be right back.
It's your
FUBU moment. FUBU moment.
It's your
FUBU moment.
FUBU.
All right, guys. First things first. Now that we're back from our beautiful serenade of the FUBU, I want to go ahead and apologize on air to my dearest friend Honey, because while I didn't agree with the other side of the argument that I was arguing, I learned that there are certain other sides that you don't argue, and I am genuinely sorry that I even thought that conversation was worth having at all.
And I appreciate that.
All right, thank you so much. and in the spirit of camaraderie, love, appreciation, and sorrow,
and therapy,
and therapy,
And growth.
and growth.
Because communication plays a
Exactly, because we just
you want another one? I got a
I'm gonna just do a little bit of what's left.
because
Thank you so much.
we just out here in this PC. And it's real hard, and I'm sorry. And I promise you, for any listener that felt some kind of way, I love black women, and I don't need to express my other side of the things, but I do now know that I would tread lightly and do a lot more further research about who to have that conversation with and when. Timing is important. Timing is important. Capacity and timing is important.
Read the room, Naji. Gosh.
I thought I did. I'm illiterate apparently when it comes to certain things. So here's all y'all love, light, energy, and specifications out here.
That's a big shot.
In this flamingo.
You about to be drunk as a motherfucker. As a skunk.
Good thing she ain't got Frankie got to drive nowhere.
Right. She about to be no good.
She gonna stumble right into her room and get on her computer.
What good?
What time is the conference call? What time is the conference call? God. Dad, I got a fucking conference call with my teacher.
These are definitely double shots.
Huh?
No, they're not. If you pour that shot,
It's a shot and a half.
That's an extra. That's more than
if you pour that shot into the regular shot glass, it's the same.
No, it's not.
Is that the one that got the height on it?
I don't believe you. Lies.
Yeah, it's got this little part that doesn't have anything in there.
Lies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in our FUBU moment. Speaking of black women, Amanda motherfucking Gorman. We're going to talk about her through the ages. Young woman, if you missed the inauguration, Google her, YouTube her. She is fantastic. I have gone down a rabbit hole filled with Amanda Gorman.
You can't miss her at this point.
She recited her poem. She has a children's book that she created, yes. She recited her piece, The Hill We Climb, for the inauguration. It was absolutely beautiful. It captured the black experience, the American experience, all in 6 minutes. And it was absolutely beautiful. And if there was anything that got like the second most attention that day, it was Amanda Gorman. We salute you. We honor you. You're amazing. And I cannot wait to see where we see your name next.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Hey,
She is absolutely fantastic.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
she did a very good job.
I didn't see. I've heard of the book or the. Is it a children's book? You said I've heard of that.
She has another book coming out in September.
Yes.
Did you see her at the inauguration?
I didn't watch the inauguration.
I need you to go
was
back
working.
and watch specifically her.
Just watch her.
I
I
do
too
that.
was working.
No, these motherfuckers make me earn my check that day.
Oh, did they?
They did.
They knew not to bother me that day.
Meetings were canceled
All day.
that day.
No.
That day?
I had set up a meeting, and somebody
no.
that was supposed to be there was like, "Hey, can you reschedule this?" I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot about it." Reschedule.
Yeah.
I was at Miss Nikki's house because I was wiggling my mouse and she was over here on a conference call and I was like, we are trying to get the thing. It's happening right now. She's like, guys, we gotta clean this up. We gotta go. And I'm like, right now, it's time.
This very moment.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
One shine.
But her part, I need you to go on YouTube and just watch
Yes.
her. Like, forget the rest of the inauguration. You know what happened.
Yeah.
We all do.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I didn't watch it because I was like, it's gonna be like a regular ass inauguration. I
It
didn't
was
even.
actually a bomb inauguration.
It felt like a palate cleanser for the nation.
It felt good.
I agree.
It felt good watching it. It felt really good watching it. But if you have the opportunity to go on YouTube and just pull up just her poem, obviously you have to skip J-Lo because I don't know why they keep inviting her to things.
Because she made Waiting for Tonight. So therefore, that green dress.
I do not for the life of me understand why people keep asking J-Lo to sing.
And Skip Garth Brooks, he rode in drunk
Yeah.
kissed
Everybody on the
everybody,
mouth on the way out.
and
Like,
then rolled back out drunk.
Yeah, he did.
Mason Ramsey would never.
And he tried to sing the extra verse of Amazing Grace, and we were like,
he's
no.
like, y'all sing with me. And everybody
No,
was like,
we don't know this verse.
It's a pandemic. We can't.
We also don't know this verse. So there was that. But
All right,
Amanda
so
Gorman?
Amanda
Watch
Gorman.
her.
Amanda
I'll
Gorman.
go pull her up.
yes. And while you do that, as you watch Amanda Gorman's reciting her poem, The Hill We Climb, what you will see behind you is our forever FLOTUS, Michelle Obama,
I can't.
and our
Ooh,
Vice
I can't.
President, Kamala D. Harris, wearing one Sergio Hudson. Shout out to you, Sergio Hudson, slaying the
South
inauguration
Carolina.
from South Carolina.
Probably the one
he's-
good thing from South
He's
Carolina.
been styling Michelle for several, since her, I want to say Obama's second term, I believe. He's been styling her. But he styled both of them. If you watch the whole late night,
And you.
Thank you.
But he's not
What
from
is
South
it?
Carolina.
You're not?
He's just
No,
barred.
I just said thank
He
you.
said, I was like, well, he just has
Thank
a bar
you.
there. That's it.
I thought you were from there.
No,
He's
no.
We'll talk offline.
Sorry.
That's why you can't bring
No,
new people around the group.
Coley, go ahead.
Michelle's famous Power
You're
Ranger
such a
outfit.
good South Carolinian. A cranberry Power Ranger. The cranberry Power Ranger had all the powers.
The Cranberry Power Ranger was Sergio Hudson, and if you watch the late night inauguration, Kamala's all black fit that she had at the end of the night was Sergio Hudson. And Sergio, he styled Michelle for many times apparently, but he's amazing. If you're looking for Michelle's Cranberry Power Ranger outfit, it is $965 on his website.
My tax is coming.
Where's my stimmy, Joe?
Joe.
The way Michelle was looking, if I was Barack, I wouldn't be able to just keep my hands off of her. The whole time I'd have to have my hands
You
off
saw
her
he was
thigh,
holding her hand.
her hand.
You saw that.
And you saw how
That was
George ran
his
up on
I'm about to say
George was
George
like,
Bush risked it all.
Let's be very clear.
George
Let's be
said, I
clear.
got to go see my girl.
Behind that
my
mask,
boo.
Barry
My
was
boo.
talking some nasty shit.
Oh, yes, he was all out
like,
there.
all right, Michelle. I guess I'm eating that ass when we get back in this car.
he's like, you want me to wear the belt? Should I take the belt off? What you want me to do?
He took his sanitized chopstick to move the hair off to the side so he could be in her ear because he didn't want to touch her hair.
No.
You couldn't touch that hair.
real smooth.
So the lady who did Michelle's hair she posted
Yes.
something about her doing her hair, and I was like, look, I don't know her name. I want to find it out and let her know because she did that shit.
Yan.
Something like that.
She
Yes.
had Michelle
That hair
out there
was
looking.
bouncing,
here's
bouncing
the
all
thing,
over
Michelle
the place.
she just unwrapped that shit.
She just
In the car.
unwrapped
Out
it.
the car.
She just took them pin curls down.
That doobie
she
thing
just
just
did
fell.
because the way that was flowing and it hit the
Yes.
wind and
Yes.
still stood still.
And still, I
And
rise.
still.
Michelle came across my screen.
I said,
The news people
They opened the
dropped.
goddamn door.
The news people dropped what they were doing. They were like,
They
I
did.
forgot which one I was watching. I think I was watching MSNBC.
Yes.
And Joy
Yes.
Reid was like, "Can I just stop
Fucked
right
up.
now?"
Do y'all see Michelle Obama?
And I was like, "Damn."
do y'all see her?
First things first. This has nothing to do with our food moment, but Michelle Obama has been able to wear any and every outfit and still look great.
Bomb.
She showed up in a yellow body-fitting suit with a split up the middle and full
And them
leg.
thigh-high
Yes.
sparkle boots.
They were higher than
That
her
shit
thighs.
was
They were
so
like
thigh-high
they were
sparkle
pussy
boots.
high boots.
Shit was
Damn.
Oh, when she was on tour. When she was on tour. Yes, yeah.
And when niggas was like, God damn.
Michelle was out there working.
So can
for
I
it.
tell y'all a quick story about how I went off on them white people at work?
If you talking to the
About
mic,
Michelle
yeah.
Obama?
You gotta talk to the mic.
If I gotta talk to me.
You gotta be in that mic though.
I've been trying, y'all. It's the tequila. But
That's why she cursed me out.
just a little bit. So how about
37
somebody
years of friendship
early
down the
on
gutter.
in Barack's presidency tried to say Michelle wasn't, professional
'Cause she
as
wore
a
her
first
arms
lady
out?
because she wore her arms out.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, bitch, it sounds like you just mad because nobody ever wanted to see the other first lady's arms. Between Hillary Clinton, Laura Bush, the other Bush, and the other person that doesn't matter, nobody wants to see them. That lady never spoke to me again, y'all.
Fair enough.
I mean,
She don't answer your pings.
it hit home.
She does not. She does
It hit home.
All I know
She
is
does
that
not.
the day that Michelle showed up with her pressing curl to the first inauguration,
Yeah.
I was like, she the one. Because meanwhile, she was not overly done up. She wasn't. She had on
Because
like.
campaign Michelle was
Cause she had
very
that green,
different.
that green outfit.
That was-
I don't remember the color.
I think
All
I think
all
I
know-
think it was
the-
green.
I remember.
I think so. Yes.
I remember the
during
hair.
the day. Yes.
Her hair was very. It was nicely done, but it wasn't anything like extravagant, anything like that.
At the beginning, yes.
And
yes.
and she looked good. She looked like she had that pink lotion all on her edges.
Pink lotion.
Yes.
Is that
It
John
was
Johnson?
at that time it was
Carol's
Carol's daughter. Because we were off of Pink Lotion body, and at that time we were doing Carol's daughter. We weren't quite on Shea Moisture just yet. We like vanilla, yes.
And I was like, that's it.
That's it. That's the one.
And then as the time in office proceeded, she just kept leveling. I did not know she could continue to like.
She did.
Super Saiyan.
There was one time she took a step back. I'll tell you, the one time she took the step back, and it was just a small half step at Donald Trump's inauguration.
No, she did this shit on purpose.
She had this for me. This is just for me. Michelle Obama looked like she had been just moving. She had that hair pulled back,
It was.
like they was trying to get their stuff out to the car. They gave her a nice little outfit because that was the same day she was looking like Melania gave her a bomb. She gave her that damn gift.
Looked at her like, what?
Well, they did one of those how it started versus how it's going. She had her hair. She had a similar color on at Donald Trump's inauguration 4 years ago, but this year she was out there like,
She came in there
That
looking like I'm
big.
just passing through a little bit. Like I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
on some of this dress.
Let's be clear,
and go
because
from
at
there.
that time, I want to say Malia was just entering college or doing her gap year or something like that.
when they.
For Donald Trump's inauguration, and
She's not that old. She just. I want to say she's like she might be finishing school now.
well, Sasha is finishing.
Ooh, shit.
Sasha is going
That's
to
the
college
older
now.
one.
Sasha is the younger one.
Oh.
Malia is the older one. Please get it right.
No. Because my thing is, you were referring to the older one.
I was referring
with
to the
gap
older
year.
one with
Yeah.
the gap year. So at that time, Malia was either entering her senior year of high school.
That's right, 'cause she's still- that's why they stayed in DC.
So they had to like actually move things. So let's be
Yes.
clear. Michelle was like, first of all, I can't believe y'all motherfuckers voted this
Exactly.
this bullshit.
She didn't wanna be there, first
Fuck this
off.
electoral college. This is some bullshit because Hillary should have won. And I got to move these boxes because I got one who's entering her senior year of high school and she talking about this bullshit ass gap year, but whatever, fine, we'll find something for her to do, we'll whatever.
Right.
And then we got Sasha over here, she's about to look bomb as hell, so now I got to beat these boys off with a stick and all this other stuff. And on top of that, I got to move into a whole new house.
So let me tie my hair back,
Give me this bun,
steam this outfit.
okay? This red jacket.
I'm coming on
And
like
put me on this helicopter because
get on up
I
outta
don't want whatever this bullshit ass gift Melania gave me is. I don't want this.
That's
I don't want
true.
this.
That's true.
And that's what happened.
a stick of dynamite in there.
The fact that you could read all of that on just her eyebrows alone
yes.
was one of the sexiest things I have ever experienced. I was like, you tell
But
me.
here,
Oh,
but
don't
here we
twist your
are,
face.
4 years later, and the same thing can be read, and it's
Don't
in a
rush
completely
me.
different way.
I ain't even rushing. I ain't
Completely
even rushing.
different.
No, it's not a rush. It's a 4 years later. Here we are. Don't rush.
Don't rush.
You can get the same shit from it. The fulfillment. It's the appreciation and the respect. That's what it is. It's like, bitch, here we are, full circle. And that is a food moment for the ages. Shout out Sergio. Shout out Amanda. This has been the saga of episode 9.
A couple of roller coasters throughout
Yes,
the
ladies and gentlemen, if you
Relationships are
are,
hard.
They are.
by the time you finish this, we will
Especially
be.
friendships, yeah.
They're hard.
By the time
People
y'all
curse
finish
you,
this
slam the
episode, we'll
fuck
be
out.
releasing episode 10. Don't hate us, just love us and talk to us. Whatever. If you know us, hit us up. But we're going to pause for a quick second because we said that we had somebody special here with us. Honey, other than being passionate about all things that you should be, which is the protection and the respect of black women, what else are you passionate about? Tell us about your shit right now.
So I am so passionate about
Yes.
exactly that. Actually, exactly that. So I am so passionate about women living their best lives by making sure that their vaginas are as happy as possible.
Yes.
I say the word. It's a vagina. That's what you guys have.
Yes.
So I am a yoni steam practitioner here in Charlotte. I also make wellness teas that include PMS relief, that include feminine libido, that include cold prevention tea and all of that. And I am so happy to be on here. So thank you all for letting me tell the people about Honey Steam Oasis.
Hell yeah.
That's on IG, honey.steam.oasis. Book your yoni steams, book your yoni steam consultations. I will gladly get on a FaceTime or Zoom call with you to discuss what the best yoni steam is for you. I customize every yoni steam to the person who I am speaking with because every vagina is different. And in order to make every vagina happy, you need your customized formula. So contact me, honey.steam.oasis or honeysteamoasis.com or honeysteamoasis@gmail.com, and I will be glad to have that conversation with you.
Yes.
I love it.
She just want to see your vagina smile.
I do. I love happy vaginas because when women are happy, the world is happy, which is why we're in the fuck shit that we're in now. Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, so
That's my
every
new
now and
jingle.
then-
I think that's my new jingle.
Yes, show me how your pussy thrives.
Go ahead and let Honey throw that steam on that vagina.
Bet you didn't know that it could smile.
Yes.
You're welcome.
No, yo.
She still talks to me, guys. By the way, we reconciled.
Shout out to you for being here. Thank you so much. And y'all look to see on our IG page at Night Rounds for more info featuring Miss Honey and her Honey Steam Oasis brand. Is going to be lit, and you need to be a part of it. Take care of your vagina, ladies, fellas. If your lady's not listening, get it for her. That's what's up.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
It show is.
I'm running a Valentine's Day special.
Hell yes.
So
Look
we're
for
going to
that.
use the promo code Night Rounds for a special off of any pre-purchased yoni steam.
There you go.
Buy one pussy, get one pussy free.
Everybody's gonna be happy.
Yes, and your love can go bang, bang, bang when you hear that shit.
Pussy, 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 rockin' everywhere.
Boogity, 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 boogity,
I found you. This new pussy.
Pussity, pussity, poop, pussity, pussity, poop. Y'all are wild.
Wow.
Y'all wild. Y'all wild.
This has been episode 9, season 3. We are out here. Find Your Note 10 is coming out with this episode. By the time you listen to this 14 days later, please log in and listen to Find Your Note.
All 3 parts.
On
This super
Spotify
sad.
and Apple Music. It's going to be out there for your listening pleasure. Y'all hit us up at Night Rounds on the Twitter and the Instagram. We out here. Lancelot has finally, we got him released. Someone identified him falsely from the Capitol siege. He's good. He's good. We got him back. He is okay. He's not going to finish college. They rejected him from school. He's been kicked out, but we're going to work that. He'll go to community college. It's all good. He's going to keep working for us.
Trade schools, where is that?
Yes, don't worry. He's going to be an HVAC specialist. Don't worry.
All the monies.
Everything is fine. It's your girl Coley. I'm out here. Who's leaving out here with me?
This your boy Esquire.
This is Honey.
P. She got a pussy, she got a uterus. 2 S's, sexy, sexy time. Why? Yesterday we started a whole podcast and then we stopped today.
That's happening. That was Naji. We're getting out here. People, we love y'all. Thank y'all so
Really
much.
gonna miss
Be good
you.
yourselves. Be good to each other.
Gonna be
Nights at the round
different
table. We are
without you.
out.
Oh!
Yes.